Dr. Han Jae-young was drinking her third cup of coffee when all the emergency alarms in Seoul Galactic Hospital started ringing at once. The sound was different from regular ambulance alerts. This was the new alien emergency signal. Dr. Han, Kim Yoo-bin, the head nurse, rushed into the break room. Major accident at the alien diplomatic quarter. Multiple species involved. They're asking for human emergency response teams. Jae-young was already moving, pulling on her emergency gear. How many injured? At least 30 aliens from 6 different species. Their own medical ships are hours away. Yoo-bin handed her a tablet showing the scene. The aliens are refusing to be treated near each other. Something about species purity protocols. The emergency room came alive as the team prepared. Dr. Lee Sung-woo, their best trade specialist, was checking their supplies of universal translators. The Galactic Medical Council is arguing about proper procedures, he reported. They say different species can't be treated in the same area. People are dying while they argue about rules. Jae-young shook her head. Not on my watch. Load up the emergency trucks with everything we've got. Their vehicles were specially designed for human emergency teams, reinforced to handle Earth's stronger gravity and equipped with tools that could work on multiple species. Most alien medical teams wouldn't even touch a patient of another species. But humans had learned long ago that in an emergency, you helped first and worried about details later. When they arrived at the diplomatic quarter, the scene was chaos. A gravity lift had failed, sending several diplomatic vehicles crashing into each other. Injured aliens lay everywhere, their different-colored blood mixing on the ground. This is Dr. Han Jae-young of Seoul Galactic Hospital, she announced through her translator. We're here to help. Please, let us treat the most seriously injured first. An alien official rushed up to them, its silver scales shimmering with stress. You can't treat different species together. It's against all protocols. We must wait for proper medical ships. Jae-young looked at the injured aliens. Some were already going into shock. How long until your ships arrive? 4 hours at best. Some of them don't have 4 minutes. Jae-young turned to her team. Set up treatment zones. Yoo-bin, start triage. Sung-woo, get vital signs on the critical cases. Move. The human medical team sprang into action. They had trained for this, practicing with alien dummies and studying xenobiology. Earth's dangerous environment had forced them to develop fast, effective emergency medicine. Now those skills were needed. Doctor, Yoo-bin called. We have an Arcturian with severe internal bleeding and a Proximan with a crushed breathing tube, both critical. Some alien observers gasped as Jae-young moved between patients without changing protective gear. To them, treating different species with the same equipment was unthinkable. The Arcturian's blood pressure is dropping, Sung-woo reported. Jae-young made a quick decision. Get me a human adrenaline patch. Their biology is similar enough. It should stabilize them until their own doctors arrive. That's not approved for cross-species use. The alien official protested. Neither is dying, Jae-young said firmly. She applied the patch. The Arcturian's vital signs began to stabilize. More emergency teams arrived from other human hospitals. They worked together smoothly, ignoring the shocked looks from alien observers. Humans moved quickly between patients, treating injuries without worrying about species protocols. Update. Yoo-bin reported after 30 minutes. All critical patients stabilized. No deaths. We're moving on to serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Jae-young nodded, already working on her next patient. Around her, alien diplomatic staff were making urgent calls, reporting what they were seeing. Humans, the dangerous deathworlders, were saving lives that their own medical protocols would have lost. Doctor, Sung-woo called out. We have another problem. One of the diplomatic ships is leaking radiation. 3 different species are trapped inside. Jae-young looked at her team. They were tired but ready. Then let's go get them out. Because that's what human emergency medicine means. We help everyone, no matter what. The alien official watched in amazement as the human team geared up for another rescue. I don't understand, it said. How can you work like this? Jia smiled grimly. When you come from a dangerous world, you learn that survival is more important than protocol. Now, excuse us. We have more lives to save. The radiation warning buzzed through Dr. Han Jiayung's protective suit as she approached the crashed diplomatic ship. Behind her, Dr. Lee Sung-woo carried equipment designed for Earth's nuclear accidents. It wasn't made for alien ships, but they would make it work. 3 different species inside. Yubin reported through the radio. 2 Centaurians in the front, a Rigelian ambassador in the middle, and 4 Proximan staff in the back. All trapped. The Centaurians can't breathe the same air as Proximans. An alien official warned. You can't move them together. Jia checked her radiation meter. They're all breathing radiation right now. That's worse. She turned to her team. Sung-woo, set up separate air supplies. Yubin, get the emergency shelter ready. We'll figure out the details after we save their lives. The human medical team moved fast. On Earth, they often dealt with industrial accidents, natural disasters, and other dangerous situations. This was different. But the same rules applied. Act fast. Adapt to the situation. Save lives. Doctor. Sung-woo called out. The ship's hull is hot. Our cutting tools might not work. Jia thought quickly. The Centaurians have cold blood. Their side of the ship will be cooler. We'll cut through there first. The alien observers murmured in surprise. They weren't used to doctors knowing about different species' body temperatures, let alone using that knowledge in a rescue. The cutting tools screamed against the ship's hull. Inside, they could hear frightened voices in different languages. Sung-woo's universal translator worked hard to keep up. We're human medical responders, Jia called through the hole they were making. Stay calm. We're getting you out. They reached the Centaurians first. The 2 aliens were scared but unharmed. Next was the Rigelian ambassador, trapped in a damaged escape pod. You can't take me out through Centaurian space, the ambassador protested. The protocols. With respect, Ambassador, Jia interrupted. You're sitting in radioactive debris. Protocols won't save your life, but we will. The Proximan staff were in the worst shape. Their section had taken the hardest hit, and their sensitive respiratory systems were struggling with the radiation. Their breathing sacs are failing, Sung-woo reported. We need to act fast. Jia made another quick decision. Give them human oxygen masks. Their lungs work enough like ours. It should help until we get them to safety. The alien official watching them looked shocked. You're using human medical equipment on Proximans. That's never been tested. Neither has radiation poisoning on their species, Jia replied. Sometimes you have to trust your medical training and act. The rescue took 2 hours. By the end, all 3 species were safe in separate areas of the emergency shelter. The human team had adapted their equipment and techniques for each alien biology, ignoring protests about proper procedures. Back at the main accident site, Yubin had organized the walking wounded into treatment groups. But she wasn't separating them by species. She was grouping them by injury type. Similar injuries need similar treatments, she explained to a confused alien doctor who had finally arrived. It's more efficient. But the protocols say. The alien doctor started. The protocols didn't save those people in the ship, Yubin said firmly. Human emergency medicine did. Jia checked on each patient one last time. The Arcturian's vital signs were strong. The human adrenaline patch had worked perfectly. The Proximan she treated was breathing normally with help from modified human equipment. I don't understand you humans, the alien official said, watching them work. Your world is so dangerous, yet somehow that makes you better at saving lives. That's exactly why, Jia explained. On Earth, we can't wait for perfect conditions or worry about protocols. Nature doesn't follow rules, so sometimes medicine can't either. Suddenly, their radios crackled. Another emergency was coming in. An alien transport had crashed on the other side of the city. More patients, different species. You've been reported. They're asking for us specifically. Jai Young looked at her tired team. They all nodded. They were ready for more. Tell them we're coming, she said. Because that's what human emergency medicine means. We never stop. We never give up. And we help everyone we can. The alien official watched them pack up their gear. The galaxy, it said quietly, has much to learn from Earth's Deathworlders. Park Min-soo, the medical assistant, ran into the emergency room where Dr. Han Ji-young was treating patients from the second crash. Doctor, I found something important in the blood tests. Ji-young looked up from the alien she was treating. What is it? The human adrenaline we used earlier. It's not just working on the Arcturians. It's stabilizing most of the alien species we've treated. Their bodies are all responding to it differently, but it's helping all of them. This news spread quickly through the emergency room. The alien medical officials who had finally arrived were shocked. Using one species' medicine on another was against every rule they had. This is unacceptable, the head alien doctor declared. These treatments must stop immediately. The protocols aren't saving lives, Jai Young interrupted. She pointed to her patients. Look at their vital signs. Every single one is stable or improving. Can your separate species protocols show better results? The alien doctor looked at the medical charts. The numbers didn't lie. The human treatments were working better than anything they'd seen before. Just then, Dr. Kim Yoo-bin rushed in. New emergency. The diplomatic meeting hall just collapsed. Multiple species trapped inside. At least 50 injured. The alien doctor stepped forward. We will handle this according to proper protocols. Each species must wait for their own medical ships. Those ships are still hours away, Sungwoo argued. Some of them won't survive that long. Jai Young made her decision. We're going. Anyone who wants to learn how human emergency medicine works can come with us. Anyone who wants to wait for protocols can do that instead. To everyone's surprise, several young alien medical workers stepped forward. They had seen the results of human treatments and wanted to learn more. At the collapsed building, Jai Young's team found chaos. Different species were trapped together under rubble. Some needed immediate surgery. The alien medical workers watched in amazement as the humans organized everyone by injury severity, not by species. Hand me that adrenaline patch, Jai Young told one of the alien medical workers. I'll show you how we modify it for different species. The young alien hesitated, then handed over the patch. Jai Young showed them how to adjust the dose based on body size and species type. The alien watched carefully, taking notes. But this isn't in any medical manual, they said. Emergency medicine isn't about manuals, Jai Young explained. It's about understanding basic principles and adapting them to save lives. Min-soo had set up a temporary lab, testing different combinations of human and alien medicines. Doctor, he called out, I think I found why our adrenaline works on them. Their bodies recognize it as similar to their own emergency response chemicals. We're basically speaking a universal medical language. More alien medical workers began helping the human team. They saw how quick thinking and adaptability could save lives that rigid protocols would lose. Some even started suggesting ways to combine their knowledge with human techniques. The patient's blood type matches nothing in our database, one alien doctor said, working on a critical case. Then we make something new, Jai Young replied. She mixed human plasma with alien blood cells, creating a temporary solution that would work until proper matches could be found. The Alien Medical Council was furious when they heard about these new treatments. They sent urgent messages ordering their medical workers to stop helping the humans. But the results spoke for themselves. Every patient treated by the human team was surviving. Every new technique they created worked better than the old protocols. I don't understand, an alien medical worker said to Jai Young. How do you know these things will work? We don't always know, Jai Young admitted. But on Earth, we learned that doing nothing is often more dangerous than trying something new. Our world taught us that survival sometimes means breaking the rules. As they treated the last patients, news was spreading through the galaxy. Human emergency medicine wasn't just different, it was better. And no amount of protocols could argue with saved lives. They'll try to stop us, Yu Bin said, watching more alien medical workers asking to learn human techniques. Let them try, Jai Young replied. Because now the galaxy knows something important. Sometimes the best medicine comes from the most dangerous world of all. Dr. Han Ji-young knew they were in trouble the moment she saw the young Rigelian diplomat. His strange blue skin had turned almost white, and his breathing was shallow. He had been trapped in the collapsed building longer than the others. Multiple organ failure, Dr. Lee Sung-woo reported, checking the scanner. His body systems are shutting down one by one. The Alien Medical Council representatives were watching from behind a glass wall. You must wait, they insisted. A Rigelian medical ship will arrive in 2 hours. He has minutes, not hours, Jai Young said. She turned to Kim Yu-bin. Prepare the emergency surgery room. Now. The council members rushed forward. You cannot perform surgery on a Rigelian. It's forbidden. The contamination risks are less dangerous than certain death. Jai Young cut them off. She looked at her team. Who's with me? Every human doctor and nurse stepped forward. So did several alien medical workers who had been learning human techniques. I studied Rigelian anatomy, one young alien doctor said. I can help. The surgery room came alive with activity. Jai Young had never operated on a Rigelian before, but she had studied their internal structure. It was different from humans, but the basic principles were the same. Stop the bleeding, repair the damage, keep the patient alive. Blood pressure dropping. Yu Bin called out. Give him the modified adrenaline mix, Jai Young ordered. Min Soo, monitor his organ functions. Park Min Soo worked quickly at his station. His body is accepting the human medicines, but barely. We need something stronger. The young alien doctor who had volunteered stepped forward. Rigelians have a second heart, but it only works in emergencies. If we could start it. Jai Young nodded. Show me where. Together, human and alien hands worked inside the Rigelian's chest. The council members watched in horror as their precious protocols were ignored, but the patient's vital signs were improving. Second heart starting. Min Soo reported excitedly. Blood pressure stabilizing. Suddenly, alarms started blaring. His breathing is failing. Sung-woo shouted. The emergency heart is using too much oxygen. Jai Young looked at her team. This was the kind of moment they trained for on Earth, when everything goes wrong and you have seconds to decide. Get me the portable oxygen infuser, she ordered. The one we use for deep-sea accident victims. But that's human equipment. Someone protested. And Rigelians breathe oxygen, just like we do, Jai Young said. Different system, same basic need. They connected the infuser. For a few tense seconds, nothing happened. Then the monitors started showing better numbers. The Rigelian's color improved. It's working, Yu Bin said softly. Both hearts beating, oxygen levels rising. The surgery took 3 more hours. They had to invent new procedures on the spot, combining human techniques with alien anatomy knowledge. The council members never stopped protesting, but they never stopped watching either. Finally, Jai Young stepped back from the table. Surgery complete, she announced. Patient stable. The young alien doctor looked at her with new respect. You did what everyone said was impossible. You operated on a species you'd never treated before, using equipment that wasn't made for us. That's human emergency medicine, Jai Young explained, tired but satisfied. On Earth, we face the impossible every day. Earthquakes, floods, accidents. Nature doesn't care about protocols, so we learn to work with whatever we have. The Rigelian diplomat would live. More importantly, they had shown that human surgical techniques could work on other species. The galaxy would never be the same. As they cleaned up the surgery room, more emergency calls came in. The word was spreading. If you wanted immediate help, call the humans. Their methods might break every rule, but they worked. They're still trying to stop us, Yu Bin said, pointing at the angry council members. Let them try, Jia Young replied. Because now we've proven something important. Human emergency medicine isn't just different, it's better. And that's going to change everything. Dr. Choi Ta-hyun ran into the emergency room waving a tablet. As Seoul Galactic Hospital's medical engineer, he'd been monitoring their supplies closely. We have a problem, he told Dr. Han Ji-dong. We're running out of everything. Universal bandages, adrenaline patches, surgical tools, all getting low. Jae-hyun looked around the busy emergency room. They had more alien patients arriving every hour now. Word had spread about their success with the Regelian diplomat. The Alien Medical Council is blocking our supply requests, Kim Yu-bin added. They say we're not authorized to treat multiple species. Jae-young was about to respond when Park Min-soo rushed in. New emergency. A ship carrying medical supplies crashed in the mountains. 3 species on board, all injured. And it's snowing up there. Snow? One of the alien medical workers asked. What is snow? Frozen water falling from the sky, Ta-hyun explained. And it makes rescue work much harder. The team gathered their remaining supplies. The alien doctors watched in confusion as the humans put on cold weather gear. You're going out in dangerous weather, they asked. That's what humans do, Jae-young said. Weather doesn't stop emergencies, so it can't stop us either. At the crash site, they found the ship half buried in snow. The injured aliens were freezing. Most species couldn't handle Earth's cold temperatures. We need warming equipment, Sung-woo said. But we're almost out of thermal blankets. Ta-hyun looked at their rescue truck. Give me 10 minutes, he said. Working quickly, he took apart the truck's heating system. He used parts from their medical equipment and pieces of the crashed ship. Soon, he had built makeshift warming pods for each alien species. How did you do that? An alien doctor asked. Earth's weather changes fast, Ta-hyun explained. We learned to make emergency equipment from whatever we have. Inside the ship, they found more problems. One alien had a broken limb, but their bone-setting tools weren't made for its species. The bone structure is all wrong for our equipment, Yu-bin said. Ta-hyun studied the alien's arm. Then he grabbed parts from the ship's control panel and their medical kit. In minutes, he had made a custom splint that fit perfectly. That's not standard medical equipment, the Alien Council representative protested. No, Ta-hyun agreed. It's better, because it's exactly what this patient needs right now. As they worked, Ta-hyun kept creating new tools. He made surgical instruments from ship parts. He turned broken scanners into diagnostic tools. Every problem got a new solution. On Earth, he told the watching aliens, we can't always wait for perfect tools. Sometimes we have to make our own. The alien medical workers were amazed. Their training said you could only use approved equipment, but here were humans making life-saving tools from scratch. Doctor, Min-soo called out. One patient needs surgery, but we don't have the right medicines. Jae-hyun looked at Ta-hyun. He was already moving. Their blood chemistry is similar to Earth's deep-sea creatures, he said. We can modify our ocean rescue medicines to work for them. The alien doctors watched as Ta-hyun mixed chemicals and adjusted formulas. In minutes, he had created a new medicine that worked perfectly. This is why Earth medicine is different, Jae-hyun explained to them. Our world taught us to be creative, to adapt, to solve problems with whatever we have. By the time they finished treating everyone, Ta-hyun had created 15 new medical tools and 10 new medicine combinations. Each one broke the council's rules. Each one saved lives. The council will be angry, an alien doctor said. Let them be angry, Jae-hyun replied. We'll show them our results. Every patient alive. Every injury treated. That's what matters. Back at the hospital, Ta-hyun started teaching others how to make emergency tools. Both humans and aliens learned that in emergency medicine, creativity could be as important as knowledge. You know what's funny? Ta Hyun said to Jai Young, "On Earth, we had to learn these skills to survive our dangerous world. Now those same skills are teaching the galaxy a new way to save lives." The alien medical ships finally arrived at Seoul Galactic Hospital. Their doctors walked in expecting to find chaos and suffering. Instead, they found all their patients alive and recovering. "Impossible," the head alien doctor said, checking the medical records. "You treated 6 different species together. You used human medicines on them. You performed forbidden surgeries. This shouldn't have worked." Dr. Han Ji-young stood with her team, tired but proud. "Check their vital signs," she said. "Every single patient is stable or improving. That's what matters." Kim Yoo-bin brought up the recovery statistics on the main screen. The numbers were clear. The human emergency team had a higher survival rate than the standard galactic protocols. "Look at the Regelian diplomat," Park Min-soo pointed out. "Not only did he survive impossible surgery, he's healing faster than normal because of Dr. Choi's custom medical tools." The alien doctors moved through the recovery rooms, amazed at what they saw. Species that were never supposed to be treated together were healing side by side. Dr. Lee Sung-woo's modified treatments were working better than traditional methods. "How?" they kept asking. "How did you know this would work?" "We didn't," Jai Young explained. "But on Earth, we learned that doing nothing is often more dangerous than trying something new. Our world taught us to take calculated risks to save lives." Just then, emergency alarms rang again. A massive solar storm had damaged several ships in orbit. Hundreds of aliens needed immediate help. The Alien Medical Council representative stepped forward. "This is too big for your small team. You must let us handle it our way." But before Jai Young could argue, the alien doctors who had just arrived made a surprising decision. "We want to learn the human way," they announced. "Show us how to do emergency medicine like you do." Ji Young looked at her team. They were exhausted from days of non-stop work. But they all nodded. They were ready to teach. "First lesson," she said. "Forget everything you know about species separation. In an emergency, we treat everyone we can, however we can." The combined human and alien medical teams rushed to help the injured. Human doctors taught alien doctors how to use Earth's emergency techniques. Alien doctors shared their knowledge of different species' anatomies. Dr. Choi Ta-hyun showed them how to make emergency tools. Yoo-bin taught them human triage methods. Sung-woo demonstrated how to modify treatments for different species. "Your way is faster," one alien doctor admitted, watching Jai Young stabilize 3 patients in the time it usually took to treat one. "And it works better." The solar storm victims kept coming, but now they were ready. Humans and aliens worked together, saving more lives than either could have alone. "Look at this," Min-soo said excitedly, checking his medical scanner. "When we combine our medicines with their knowledge, the healing rates are even better than either of us could achieve alone." The Alien Medical Council watched in shock as their careful protocols were replaced by human-style emergency medicine. But they couldn't argue with the results. More patients surviving, faster recovery times, better outcomes. "I think," Jai Young said to her team as they watched humans and aliens working together, "we've started something bigger than we realized." She was right. News was spreading through the galaxy. The dangerous Deathworlders, the humans everyone thought were too reckless, had revolutionized emergency medicine. "You know what's really amazing?" Ta Hyun said, fixing another piece of medical equipment. "Everything that made Earth dangerous. The weather, the gravity, the disasters. That's what made us good at this. We had to learn to handle emergencies because our world gave us so many." The alien doctors were starting to understand. Earth's harsh conditions hadn't made humans primitive or reckless. They had made humans innovative, adaptable, and very, very good at saving lives. As the day ended, more emergency calls came in. But now, they were ready. Human emergency medicine wasn't just changing how they treated patients, it was changing how the galaxy thought about humans. 6 months later, Dr. Han Jae-young stood in Seoul Galactic Hospital's new training center. The room was filled with medical workers from 20 different alien species, all here to learn human emergency medicine. Today's lesson, she announced, is about thinking fast and adapting to unexpected situations. The alien students watched eagerly. Since the crisis 6 months ago, everything had changed. The galaxy had realized that human emergency medicine wasn't just different, it was better. Dr. Kim Yoo-bin was teaching triage techniques to one group. You don't separate by species, she explained. You separate by who needs help first. Life-threatening injuries come before minor ones, no matter what species. In another room, Dr. Choi Ta-hyun showed aliens how to make emergency medical tools. Sometimes you won't have the right equipment, he said. So you need to learn how to make what you need. The Regelian diplomat who had survived the impossible surgery was there too. He had become their strongest supporter in the Galactic Council. These humans, he told everyone who would listen, saved my life when their own medical council said it was impossible. Now it's time for us to learn from them. Park Min-soo ran his own class on adapting human medicines for different species. The adrenaline discovery had been just the start. Now they were finding more ways that Earth medicines could help aliens. Every species is different, he taught. But the basic principles of healing are the same. That's what humans understood first. Dr. Lee Sung-woo worked with alien doctors in the emergency room. Together, they handled whatever cases came in. Humans and aliens working side by side, saving lives together. The old protocols are gone, one alien doctor said happily. Now we save everyone we can, however we can. The human way. Jae-young watched it all with pride. The emergency room that had once shocked the galaxy was now teaching the galaxy. Every day, more alien medical workers arrived to learn. Even the Alien Medical Council had changed. After seeing the results, they couldn't deny that human methods worked better. Now they helped spread human emergency techniques to other worlds. You know what's funny? Ta-hyun said to Jae-young as they watched the training. They used to call Earth a death world. They thought living here made us primitive and dangerous. Instead, Jae-young replied, it made us the best emergency doctors in the galaxy, because we had to be. A young alien medical student raised her hand. Is it true? She asked. That on Earth, you have storms that throw water from the sky, and the ground sometimes shakes, and invisible radiation that can hurt you. All true, Jae-young said. Earth taught us that danger can come from anywhere, at any time. So we learned to handle any emergency, help any patient, solve any problem we could. Suddenly, emergency alarms rang. A ship had crashed on Mars colony. Multiple species involved difficult conditions. But this time, something was different. Human and alien medical teams moved together, without arguing about protocols or species separation. They grabbed their equipment, both standard and custom-made, and headed out. This, Jae-young told her students, is what Earth's emergency medicine is all about. Moving fast, working together, saving everyone we can. As the teams deployed, Jae-young looked at the hospital she'd helped change. The signs were in multiple languages now. The equipment was a mix of human and alien technology. The medical books taught both traditional and human emergency techniques. We did it, Yoo-bin said, standing beside her. We showed the galaxy a better way. No, Jae-young corrected. We showed them that sometimes the hardest worlds produce the best solutions, that what seems like a weakness can be a strength. Outside, more ships were landing, bringing more alien medical workers to learn. The galaxy had finally understood something important. The very things that made Earth dangerous had made humans the best at saving lives. And that was a lesson worth learning, no matter what species you were.